Hello and welcome to a relatively new series of Only Connect. If you were watching last week, you'll know that I've got a new sideline writing mystery novels. This week, I thought you might like to hear an extract. Chapter 1, A Murder of Crows. It was Saturday morning, and Alan Crow and his wife Judith, their children Conrad and Paul Crow, and his cousin John Crow prepared to go for a day out in the Brecon Beacons. You'll never guess what's going to happen to them. Anyway, let's play a quiz. Joining me this evening, on my right, Aidan Bartlett, a project manager who enjoys miniature painting. Sophia Sheikh, a medical editor who can recite pi to 30 decimal places. And their captain, Chris Fletcher, a software engineer who lost his wedding ring while jet skiing in Cyprus. United by an admiration of rock music, they are the Roadies. Chris, are you an existing quiz team or just friends who thought you'd give it a go?
A bit of both. We used to quiz more than we do now, but yeah, I think there's some answers still in there. Maybe we can pick them out.
What are the different strengths of your teammates?
The strengths are on the left and the right, so that's all I can say, really.
Well, we'll be finding out over the course of the quiz. You are facing, on my left, Elizabeth Down, a modern European history student who live streams the church services from her college chapel. Thea Ralph, a history student who knows the words to every Taylor Swift song. And their captain, Rachel Young, a classic student who is a grade 8 roller skater. United by their enthusiasm for embroidery, they are the Stitchers. How about you, Rachel? You a quiz team already, or is it your first go on camera in front of millions?
Our first go on camera, not going to think about the millions.
You genuinely, this is your first attempt at quizzing together?
Yes.
Yes.
And why are you launching that experiment now?
We used to watch Only Connect together at lunchtimes and we thought we'd give it a go, see what happened.
Excellent. It's going well so far because you won the toss. You'll be going first. Please choose an Egyptian hieroglyph.
Horned viper, please.
The horned viper will be your first ever quiz question. Stitchers, good luck with that. What is the connection between these clues? Here's the first.
Okay.
I don't know what kind of cars are from there.
Just Volkswagen.
Volkswagen. Yeah. Okay.
Next, please.
Like a
Oh, a bomb.
that feels a bit dark. What instrument? Like a note.
Should we go another one? Next, please. Someone to sleep with 500,000.
Is that a
mattress?
Yeah.
Or France. Or F or G, maybe? H or N.
Maybe.
What's 500? 1,000 is M, isn't it? Next, please.
2 seconds. Oh, the time's run out, I'm afraid. So, Roadies, you've got the chance for a bonus point.
All things ending in ET.
Not it, although it is a word question. You're unlucky in selecting what I believe is the most difficult question of tonight's game.
I know what it is now.
What is it?
It's so like meat, coat, and pawn and king. Those pawn and king are P and K in chess notation, so it makes pork. And then somewhere to sleep, that would be make. Yeah, but that's what it is, right?
In
so
Roman numerals, D is 500
Yeah.
and M is 1,000. So using the or to make a word, dorm. Hydrogen and nitrogen, their chemical symbols H and N, so horn. And the first one, if you're using the or to make a word, what would the word be?
Ford.
Ford. That's International Vehicle Registration, F for France and D for Germany, Ford. So we're making words using the or. Well spotted, but too late, I'm afraid. Your own question, Roadies, what would you like?
Water, please.
Water. What is the connection between these clues? Here's the first.
Is that a film?
That's okay, potentially. I think we should go now.
Yeah, next, please. This has got to
Maybe
be
in a
something book or film related.
Yeah.
So I'm looking at you guys here because I am lost. Next, please.
But he wrote it. He wrote his autobiography on
Yes,
Long Island.
yes.
Yeah.
So, you reckon
Yeah.
you'd want to go for it?
Let's go for it. Yeah, only words. This is where they wrote their autobiographies.
That is not it. I'm going to show the fourth to the Stitchers for a possible bonus point.
They wrote diaries in these prisons?
That's not it. The person who is key to the answer to this question did not like the word Shawshank, and maybe if he was watching this, he'd see the problem. He always said, but people will see this movie and they'll go, I saw this film, what was it? And they won't remember Shawshank. It is the Shawshank Redemption. It is a series of films in which Morgan Freeman was in prison.
Okay.
He played Hap Richards in the film Attica. Azim, do you remember the role of Azim? Do you know what film that is?
Robin Hood.
It's Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves. A film I've talked about quite a lot because I'm sort of fascinated, but it's sort of factually very strong. They arrive in England and Kevin Costner playing Robin Hood says, we'll be at my father's house by nightfall. You know, this is an American film and they've just landed at Dover and they've got to get to Nottingham on foot by nightfall. And Morgan Freeman there, he has a telescope, this character, and it's sort of the 12th century. I mean, it's all mad. Nelson Mandela, of course, in Robben Island, that was Invictus and Shawshank from the Shawshank Redemption. What would you like next, Stitches?
Eye of Horus, please.
The Eye of Horus. What is the connection between these clues? Here's the first.
Entrance.
Yeah. Okay.
Next, please. Outside.
It's like the work. Okay.
Next, please.
Nothing to what? Like nothing.
That's a amuse-bouche.
Oh yeah.
Entree.
Oh
Yes,
yes.
yes,
So it's like
buzzing.
English translations of courses.
Yeah.
These English translations of courses and a meal.
Very well done. You weren't distracted by how filthy they all sounded. Let's bring up the fourth clue. Can you translate them back into French and tell me what they are?
Entree is
Yes,
the first one.
and then mouth entertainment is amuse-bouche. I'm not sure what little ovens are.
No.
Petit four. And outside the works? Do you know that one? Hors d'oeuvre. Or outside d'oeuvre of the works. Which apparently differs from a canapé, meaning sofa, because a canapé goes round the room on a tray and an hors d'oeuvre is served to you at your place. Very well done. You're off the blocks with 2 points. Roadies, what would you like?
Twisted Flax, please.
The Twisted Flax. Let's see if you can untwist this. Your first clue coming in now.
What is the pressure?
Is that a constant or something?
I have no idea. Not good at physics.
Yeah. Next, please.
Is that like a half?
Are these all the same
I
thing?
mean, maybe something imperial. Is there an imperial pressure?
I don't recognise that. Next, please.
68
Is that like
pressure.
size?
Diameter.
You know how you get a small to medium to large? If there's like a range.
Yeah. Next, please.
Maybe like a tennis ball?
2 seconds.
We don't know. Bowling ball.
Not it, I'm afraid. Stitches, do you want to have a go for a bonus?
These are the requirements for a ball in a World Cup football game.
I think I will take it, even for a bonus point. You've gone a little bit too specific. It is the requirements of the FA
Okay.
for any official football game. It doesn't have to be a World Cup, but it's not wrong. I mean, it would apply to the World Cup as much as anything else. So well done. You get the bonus and your own question. What would you like?
Lion, please.
Lion. It's the music question. What connects the clues you'll be hearing? Time starts now.
Next, please. Also don't know.
I also know.
Next, please. Oh, this is Shine On You Crazy Diamond. Okay. So it could be jewels. Should we do fourth. Next, please. Yes. Diamonds. They're all about diamonds.
Absolutely right. I don't think you needed the fourth clue, did you?
No.
What did we hear?
So we had Diamonds by Rihanna, number 4, and then Pink Floyd, Shine On You Crazy Diamond was the third.
But I don't think we know the,
We didn't know the
first
other
two.
two, no.
Yeah.
The first one was Diamond Smiles, the Boomtown Rats. And the second one, the great Diamond Lights, Glenn Hoddle and Chris Waddle. I thought with your football knowledge, you'd have remembered that one. There's an absolutely incredible performance by those footballers. Chris Waddle said the video was so cheap that we had to go on Top of the Pops because they said they wouldn't show it. It was too bad. So they had to perform live. Diamonds, very well done. Roadies, one question remains. This is your chance to get points this round. I suspect it'll be the picture question. It's the 2 reads. Your first clue coming up now.
Deck of cards, pack of cards. Next, please. Next, please. What's that bit called?
I don't know. Honest wrong.
Green bits.
We're gonna have to go next.
Next, please.
King something.
Your parts of an instrument. Got that.
Yeah, maybe.
2 seconds.
Parts of an instrument, musical instrument.
I don't think they are all parts of a musical instrument, I'm afraid, so I'm going to throw it over for another bonus.
They're all parts of a ship.
They are parts of a ship. What do you think we saw?
Deck.
Deck. That's a hull on the strawberry, isn't it?
I know what it is. It's because you thought the second picture was Lou Reed. You're very unlucky there. He does look like Lou Reed in that picture, so you're thinking Reed. That's a bow at the end for a ship. I suppose if you pronounced it bow, you've got a bow and a reed. That's the hull of the strawberry. But who is it at clue 2?
Is it Howard Stern?
It's Howard Stern, the shock jock. So deck, stern, hull, bow, parts of a ship. That means at the end of round 1, the Stitchers have 5 points and the Roadies are yet to score. On to round 2, the sequence is round. The teams may see up to 3 clues this time before telling me what comes fourth. Stitchers, what would you like?
Horned Viper, please.
OK, you'll be seeing the first in a series of clues. What would you expect to see in 4th place? Time starts now.
Right. Just going straight into next, please. OK.
25.
65, 53, 62, 56.
Can we go for the next one?
Next, please. OK.
Oh, yeah,
Are they
the
going
square
down?
number, so it would be just a 1.
Is it?
No, it says 1 before.
What? Oh, sorry, I confused myself.
Is it
Wait,
square
so-
numbers?
Yeah, so that's a square of 5, 4. That's a square of 4, 2. So 2, 1.
What's
So
164 square?
4, 1.
What's square?
It's 8? No, it's not 8. Yeah, 8, 8, so it's...
Oh, right, it is. So
64.
it's 8 and 3. So just...
I need your answer.
4 and then 1, 41.
Not it, I'm afraid. Roadies, you've got the chance for bonus now.
8.
Not it. So I think you know it's square numbers. What we're looking at is a square number followed by its square root. So that first one is 65,536, 256.
Of course.
Then 256, 16, 16, 4, and the last one will be 4, 2, because the square root of 4 is 2. So right area, but wrong answer. Roadies, what would you like?
Let's go for water, please.
OK, here comes your sequence. What would come fourth? Time starts now.
Simply Cook.
Red.
Simply Red.
Yeah, it's not that. Next, please.
Agent Revolution. Maybe
Is this not a...
film
not cryptic,
series
no.
or Agent...
No?
Agent Provocateur.
That's what I keep thinking. Next, please.
Mellow Submarine.
Not changing the letter.
Yellow Submarine. Agent Revolution. No, that's Revolver.
No idea.
Simply Red. Eight.
Right. Monkey tennis.
I can't do it. I'm sorry, I can't come up with something that makes that work. So it's a bonus chance for you, Stitchers.
Sergeant Pepper.
I don't think so. You'll see my problem in a minute. In between each of the 2 words in these clues, you can slip another word. The sequence, which you should always look for, that is my advice to you as you approach this series, colours of the rainbow.
Agent Orange.
So, red, orange, yellow, simply red, red meat. Agent Orange, Orange Revolution, mellow yellow, yellow submarine. So I want something you can put green into. For example, Professor Fingers. I remember him from university. Professor Green, green fingers. And I'm thinking to myself, monkey green, not really. Green tennis, maybe. What was your one?
Sergeant Pepper.
Well, obviously you can have green peppers.
Sergeant Green.
But I don't have a Sergeant Green who springs to mind.
It's off-brand Cluedo.
Yes, exactly. Next time round. So I'm afraid not quite. What would you like, Stitchers, for your next question?
Lion, please.
Lion. What would come forth in this sequence? Here's the first.
Okay. Next, please.
Well, that's the alphabet.
Yeah, so that'd be P.
Worth considering. Let's do another one.
Yeah. Next, please. Explorer.
Are they like search
Like
engines?
Internet
Yeah.
Explorer. Then what's...
There's like the most used ones. It'd be like Chrome, but I don't know what Mosaic. What's
Is Mosaic?
maybe not. Maybe like from Navigator.
Navigator.
I saw
And they're
Explorer
like
and I just
roles.
can't
But then what was Mosaic doing?
Explorer, Explorer.
Yeah.
We guess Chrome.
Maybe.
Sorry. Chrome.
Is the right answer.
Oh, cool.
Do you know why?
I think they might be, search engines.
They're not search engines, they are browsers. It's a series of the most popular browsers. It's not the top 4. Mosaic was the most popular, then Navigator, then Explorer, and it's currently Chrome. I'd tell you more about it, but it's such a boring question that I don't want to. Roadies, what would you like?
Let's go for the Eye of Horus.
Eye of Horus. This is the one. Come on.
Come on,
Eye of
here we go.
Horus. What would come forth in this sequence? Here's the first.
Potentially chess. Next, please.
Anything?
Might be music. Might be music related. Next, please.
Pick the pop. So top of the pops. Up the junction.
Oh, yeah, I think it's music related, but these are not films, are they?
No.
We've no idea. Top of the Pops.
Do you know, I might have to give you that. Do you know why?
I haven't got a clue.
This sequence is programmes on BBC Radio 4, then 3, then 2. I needed to hear a programme that is broadcast on BBC Radio 1, for example, Newsbeat. As it happens, Top of the Pops was simulcast. It was always a TV show, often presented by Radio 1 DJs, but there was a period in the late 80s when it was broadcast on Radio 1 at the same time. Right. Therefore, it's a Radio 1 show. You get the points. Well done. Stitchers, what would you like?
Twisted Flax, please.
The Twisted Flax. What would come forth in this sequence? Here's the first.
Plus.
Yeah.
Next, please.
Oh, it's ions, maybe like sodium is a positive ion and M is...
Should we go for the third one?
No, the M, maybe it's MG. Should we do another one?
Yeah,
Then I
next,
don't know.
please.
I don't know to what end.
Steptoe and
Steptoe
Sun.
and Sun.
Oh, it's something and S.
Yeah.
It's Sun. Because
M
we
and
M and
S.
S.
Yeah.
So something and Suns, maybe Mumford.
Oh, yeah, Mumford, yeah.
Mumford and a plus sign.
Exactly what we put ourselves. And why is that?
So they can all be followed by like S and then SO and then SON and then SONS. So
You put an S to make M&S, and then if you add to that S each time with one letter, you can have so and so, Steptoe and Son. So we need something SON with another letter at the end. For example, Mumford and Sons. Well done. Roadies, once again, one question remains. And once again, I can guess this will be the picture sequence because we haven't had it. It's the 2 reads. Your first clue coming in now.
There's 2 pina coladas.
If you like pina coladas, getting caught in the
Getting
rain.
caught in the rain. Should you see next one, please?
Yeah, put it onto yogurt if you're into champagne. Champagne.
Thank you very much. A bottle of champagne.
Oh, I can't bear it. I'm afraid that is not the right answer. I'm going to show a third in a sequence to the Stitchers for a possible bonus point.
I think you'd see half a brain.
It's half a brain. What you have done is brilliantly recognise the song, the Pina Colada song, but you've picked the wrong bit of it. There is a bit where it's something like, I'm not into health food, I still drink champagne or something. But this lyric is, if you like pina coladas and getting caught in the rain, if you're not into yoga, if you have half a brain. Very close, but the points go to the other side. That means at the end of round 2, the Stitchers have 10 points, the Roadies have 2. Time now for the connecting wall. 16 jumbled up clues that need sorting into 4 connected groups of 4. This could be your chance to recoup points, Roadies. You get to choose the wall, so which one would you like? Lion or water?
Let's go for lion, please.
OK, you have 2.5 minutes to solve the lion wall starting now.
Robbie Coltrane, Robbie Savage.
Robbie Savage.
Robbie Williams.
Robbie Williams. Any more Robbies?
Lambert, maybe? Okay, so G, Vincent Van Gogh. Prism, Cube, Cone, Cylinder.
Should we try some more Robbies?
Prism,
We'll come back to them.
Taurus.
We've got 3D shapes, have we not?
Taurus.
Yes.
Or Scooter it is. Try the shapes. Which ones have we not gone for?
Pupil, maybe?
I think we did that already.
Oh, Taurus.
Is a Taurus another shape?
Yeah, it's
Oh
a-
my god, there's loads of them. Right,
Okay, Prism.
But is it?
okay, yeah.
But leave out Cone, maybe. Leave out...
Yeah, let's come back to that one.
Okay,
so
Robbie Coltrane, Robbie Savage.
they've
Robbie,
got to be Robbies, surely, haven't
Williams.
they? Robbie G?
Robbie-
Is Robbie G someone?
Robbie... Lily Savage.
Vincent.
Vincent Van Gogh.
Are they not Blue Peter presenters?
Anything hidden?
I was thinking Taurus might be a different language for Taurus, but...
Yeah, the
Meter?
Mask. Is that, are these, the Mask, the Cube, are these films?
The Cube is a game show.
Yeah, there is a film called Cube.
Yeah.
Adam Lambert, Adam...
No, let's go back to the shapes, shall we?
Okay, Prism, Cube,
Yeah.
Pupil, Pupil,
There we go. Okay, right, now we're talking. So maybe go back to the Robbies.
Vincent,
You've got 30 seconds.
Robbie Meter.
Robbie Giant, so Cube,
People, Giant.
Mask,
Okay, I think we're in the...
maybe try Pupil, Mask, Cube,
Sorry.
and... Robbie...
10 seconds.
Oh no, Robbie...
You're out of time, I'm afraid. But you found a group, well done. Can you tell me what connects scootoid, cone and so on?
I think they're 3D shapes.
They're three-dimensional shapes. And yes, the scootoid, a bit obscure, apparently a newly discovered shape. I don't really know how they discover these things, perhaps someone trod on it. But they are all shapes well found. And you can get points for the connections in the groups you didn't find. So let's resolve the wall. And there we go, that's how it should have been. Tell me about the green group, Williams, Savage, Vincent G.
Are they Robbies?
They are the Robbies. You looked and looked. Robbie G, I think you guessed, that is a British actor. He was in Desmond's, that was quite a well-known show. Yeah. Robbie Williams, the singer, of course, Robbie Savage, the footballer, and Robbie Vincent, great broadcaster. The pink group, Mask, Cylinder, Giant, Meter.
Iron.
Yeah. It's not iron. You can put a word before all of them, and that word is gas.
Yep.
And the last group, Pupil, Coltrane, Cube, Lambert.
Lamb, cub, colt and pup.
Lamb,
Got
Baby animals.
Baby animals at the start of them.
There are young animals hiding at the start. Yes, those two word ones you didn't quite spot. But you did find a group and you gave me 3 connections. That is a total of 4 points. Let's bring in the other team now, give them the other wall, the water wall, and see how they get on. Water view stitches, 2.5 minutes, of course. Time starts now.
Okay. We've got Canal, Suez, Panama.
Oh, yeah. Grand. And then, I don't know, she's tried another one.
Corinth? Yeah, there's a Corinth canal, isn't there?
Sean Bean, I don't know.
Yeah, any other?
Corinthians, you can add like for the Bible, but
Yes.
neither of those. Are there any more things that could be canals? Should we just try some of those?
Yeah, what
Yes.
about Sievert? Sounds like it could be a canal.
Corinth.
Just
No,
keep doing
okay.
that for a bit. 'Cause ragtime.
We've got types of things that you...
Oh, yes,
sieve.
pan, pot, sieve, amazing.
And then...
whisk. Great. Okay.
Bean.
Oh, I had a
Coffee bean.
Then waltz
Baked
and rag are
bean.
both dances, aren't they?
Yes.
Yeah.
So maybe a keel. I think a keel is a dance. Like
And
and then
Ooh.
gas.
Grand?
I don't know.
Try grand, maybe?
No.
Okay. Should keep
Yeah.
trying canals, maybe.
Yes. Grand. Corinth.
And Wiseman.
Let's try it.
Rami Malek, is that helpful? Are they actors in like... Oh, Christopher is Mr. Robot.
Yes.
Oh, maybe it's so much Sean Bean.
Sean
in
Bean.
that. Wiseman. That's yep.
Okay. And then let's try our canals.
Suez,
Corinth. Grand.
and
Keel.
Okay, you've solved the wall. Very well done. So that's 4 points immediately. What can you tell me about the connections? Starting Sievert.
These all start with kitchen utensils. So sieve, pan, pot and whisk.
Exactly right. And the next group, starting Bean Malik.
We think they're the last names of actors in Mr. Robot.
They are not. They are actors.
Oh.
They have played Bond villains. So it is Sean Bean, Rami Malek, of course, Christoph Waltz and Joseph Wiseman. Bond villains. And the next group, Corinth Grand and so on.
We think they're canals.
Exactly so. Keel was the giveaway clue for the Bond villains, Richard Keel. But if you're not big Bond fans...
I went over our heads, I think.
And the last group, Rag, Dirt, Nose, Gas.
These are all bags.
You can put bag at the end of them. Rag bag, dirt bag, nose bag, gas bag. So you get 4 points for the wall and 3 connecting points. That's a total of 7. Let's have a look at the scores going into round 4. The Stitchers have 17 points. The Roadies have 6. So you've got a bit of catching up to do, but of course there are lots of points in round 4, and I will take points away for wrong answers, so anything can happen. Fingers on buzzers teams. The first group are all aphrodisiacs. Roadies?
Chocolate.
Correct. Stitchers?
Ginseng.
Apparently so. Stitchers?
Horny goatweed.
I don't believe it exists, but you get the point. Roadies?
Watermelon.
Apparently an aphrodisiac. Next category, musicals and their protagonists. Stitchers?
Evita and Ava Peron.
Yes, it is. Stitchers?
Cabaret and Sally Bowles.
Indeed. Stitchers?
Annie and Annie.
Very good musicals knowledge. Stitchers?
The Sound of Music and Maria von Trapp.
Correct. Next category, cookery books by Nigella Lawson. Roadies?
Nigella Bites.
Correct. Stitchers?
How to be a Domestic Goddess.
Of course. Roadies? No, it's a tricky one. I'm afraid you lose a point. Stitchers, do you know? Nigelissima. Next clue. No, this was the recent one. Cook, eat, repeat. That's it. It's the end of round 4. And looking at the final scores, I can tell you that the Roadies finish with 8 points, but the Stitchers have just about squeaked a victory with 24. Very well done. Good musicals knowledge from you, Thea. Roadies, I'm sorry to tell you, you are not free to go home because you'll be appearing again later in the series.
OK.
Stitchers, of course, you're straight through to the next round. We'll be seeing you again as well. Thank you very much for watching. Please join me again next time for another episode of Only Connect, the quiz that's more difficult than working out what 7 times 8 is. I mean, yes, it is 56, but you weren't completely confident, were you? Goodbye.